Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you again. Today, I want to get into a pair of kicks that is definitely far from the norm as far as what I've been reviewing on this channel. Sometimes it feels really good to get something different, and this certainly falls into that category. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these Bad Bunny Gazelles in the Cabo Rojo colorway. And since we're looking at a pair of Adidas shoes, I thought this was the perfect opportunity to throw on a pair of Adidas Forum 84s. This is a low top shoe, and this is in the crew green colorway, but the materials are very high end, and I love the style of these for something different. Let me know what you think of the Forum. All right, so what is happening, everybody? It is wonderful to be back here with y'all. There has been a lot of really hyped up releases dropping here recently. Of course, this weekend we saw the undefeated Jordan 4s release. I was lucky enough to get a EQL raffle W. I heard rumors that the sneakers release for the undefeated 4s is actually just going to be EA. So it kind of reminds me of how they did those Union Jordan 1s earlier this year. But regardless of all that, I've got my pair secured, so I was really happy about that. I did take an L on the steel gray Jordan 10s this morning. I really wanted those simply because I don't have any 10s in the collection. That's an OG colorway, so I wouldn't have minded adding that into the collection, but that's no big deal. I'm not going to pay resale for them or anything like that, not unless prices drop. But because it was such a limited release, I don't really see prices falling that much. Let me know if you grab those undefeated 4s or the steel gray Jordan 10s down in the comments. Getting to the pair that we're here to talk about today, like I mentioned, I haven't been grabbing a lot of Adidas lately. Actually, this was my first confirmed app purchase in a long time. On top of that, I have never owned the Gazelle. Whenever I was a kid, I had a lot of friends that played soccer and indoor and that sort of thing. And for a lot of them, I remember seeing them walk around with Gazelles on their feet, but it's just a silhouette that I've never grabbed before, and I like getting something out of the norm. As much as I'm happy that the Jordan brand has been releasing banger after banger this year, there definitely is a void in the game now that there's no more Yeezys. And really, Adidas doesn't do a whole lot that grabs my attention. But when I saw this pair, I knew that I was going to go after them, and I'm really happy I was able to pick these up. I think retail was around 150 US dollars, and resale isn't very expensive. I can't imagine these would go up very much in price, but I'm really glad I got these, and I'm looking forward to getting into them with y'all. Since I never owned this silhouette before, I am going to throw these on feet just so we can see how they look and also talk about sizing. I went true to size. Hopefully that was the right move. Looking at the box, we can see that iconic 3 stripes going across there, and we also see some Adidas and Bad Bunny branding there on the top. It also looks like we've got like a sticker that's kind of like a label up there as well. The tag reads Bad Bunny Gazelle Indoor, and I have no idea what those colors are. Adidas always labels them weird, so if you know what the official colorway is, throw it down in the comments. But nobody came for that box talk.
I like these.
Typically, whenever I think of a Gazelle, in my mind, I'm just thinking of an all-black shoe. I think they usually do have some gold writing on the sides of them, but this is not what comes to mind whenever I think of an Adidas Gazelle. Definitely a very bright shoe, and a lot of people have made comments that it looks like a girl's shoe because it's pink. I don't have an issue wearing pink. I have pink shoes, I have pink shirts. It doesn't bother me. I like wearing a lot of different colors, and I definitely don't mind rocking pink from time to time as well. So I can understand for people that don't wear pink, them being turned off immediately by this shoe. But one thing I can tell you is Adidas doesn't disappoint whenever it comes to materials, and the materials on this upper are very premium. The base material is kind of like a light pink nubuck, and then we have overlays of this really nice hairy suede. both on the toe cap and then going up the eye stay area. I really like the way that that translucent midsole looks as well. I just like that this is so different from everything else that I have in the collection, and I think they came out really clean. I think it's a well put together shoe, and I actually really like this colorway. There's not a whole lot of Bad Bunny branding on this shoe. It does say Cabo Rojo there on the side, and I also really like the way the tag is on the outside of the heel. I don't think all Gazelles are like that, but maybe they are. Like I said, this is my first pair, but I really think these are bright, they're energetic, and I think it's great for a sunny day like this. Looking at the outsole, it is a translucent pink color. You do see some light passing through there. It has Adidas branding there at the midfoot, and then we see a bunch of those tray foils kind of worked into that traction pattern. Then that same translucent pink rubber comes up for the midsole as well. Here towards the heel, we can see some more Adidas branding there. The midsole area looks very clean. There's not any glue on the upper or anything, and it's got this really neat material overlaid around the base of the shoe in this light pink color, and it almost feels like it's like a canvas material, but just little details like that add so much depth to the shoe. As we come up the upper, we have a dark pink hairy suede here on the toe cap, and then we have overlays of a lighter pink hairy suede on the eye stay areas, and then we also see that lighter hairy suede around the heel here where we see that tag. On the toe box, we have a lot of perforations for ventilation, and that feels like a very premium nubuck. It's kind of like the color of a school eraser or like salmon or something like that, but then you can see that nice nubuck running the whole way back this upper. We do have some white leather overlays for those classic 3 stripes, but I'm a huge fan of this nubuck that we have for the upper material. Up around the collar, it just feels very soft and very cushioned. It's in a darker pink or a darker salmon color. We do have some thick rope style laces that already came in the shoe. They're a light pink color, but they also gave us some fat, darker pink rope style laces as well. I'll probably keep that lighter pair in for now. Similar to other Bad Bunny releases with Adidas, this does have 2 tongues on top of each other. The one on the top has a blue zigzag accent color, and I really like that detail. And then you can unsnap that top tongue. I guess you could remove that completely, and then underneath of that you've got this blue tag with some Adidas branding just underneath of it. But I'll probably just leave that top tongue in place. You really can't tell whenever you look at them that there's 2 tongues on there, but I like the way this one looks with that zigzag. We do have a light colored sock liner, and that feels like it's like a satin kind of material. It seems like it might be a slippery material, so I don't think you would want to go a size up or anything, because then you might get heel slippage, but it is nice and padded all around there. I think these are going to be pretty comfortable. The insole looks like it's a black color, and it's got some white Adidas branding and Bad Bunny branding down on that. All right, well, that was a quick look at these in hand, but like I said, I have never owned the Gazelle silhouette, so I'm going to try them on real quick. You can see how they look, and we'll talk about sizing. I'll be right back. All right, so I got them on feet, and I am kind of shocked. These things are roomy. Like, I'm really glad that I didn't go a half size up, and I probably could have even gone a half size down, and I never do that. But I can just feel that slippery sock liner around your ankle. It would lead these to move around on your heel if they're not snug onto your feet. I'll probably be able to get by just by tightening the laces a little bit more, but there's definitely plenty of room in these shoes. It's a different feeling on feet because I'm so accustomed to like SB Dunks or basketball shoes or something like that, and these feel even way different than the Forum 84. There's not a lot of cushion on these. They feel kind of hard under feet. But that being said, it feels like there's like a formed footbed and my feet rest on there comfortably. So it's not an uncomfortable shoe, but I don't think this is a shoe that I would consider comfortable for long-term wear. With that being said, I have friends that wear these all day, every day, and they seem to do just fine. But to me, it kind of would be on the same comfort level as like a Jordan 1 or something like that. As far as the look goes, I'm digging them. I like it because it's something different. I think they look nice with baggy pants, but I think they'd also look nice with shorts too. Like I said, I think the colorway is perfect for the summer heat with it being bright and energetic and that sort of thing. And I really like the way that these look. Hit you with that top-down POV. Alright, well hopefully that was enough to give you a look at these Bad Bunny Gazelles. I really like this pair. In all honesty, I'm thinking I might be wearing these to church tomorrow morning. I think these things are awesome, and I really love that color. It's just way different than everything that I have, and I don't feel any kind of way wearing it. I like the way it looks, so that's all I need to know. But anyhow, I really like this pair. Let me know what you all think about them. I appreciate you all watching tremendously, and I will catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.